We're good. All right. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get this meeting going. Call for approval on the agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Minutes of the October 7th, 25 board meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Proposed first assistant attorney, Wapello County Attorney's Office. So you get to do the talking, Carrie? Well, I've had Bob questioning me many times on the stand. But yeah, it'd be good to see him on the other side of the fence.
So I'm going to make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Just to clarify, Carrie, we got rid of the deputy position. So this is a new position. So okay. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, because I know Stevie's going to be gone December, I'm guessing.
And just an item of discussion. My anticipation is that this will help us on our inmate population problem. So, so yes, that's the expectation. So, thank you.
All right. We got a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Welcome aboard, Bob. Tax suspension under Iowa Code Section 427.8. For 912 Glenwood. And this is a first time suspension.
And you took this, Darren. You feel this is okay based on our discussion about the Iowa Code?
Yes.
So
She meets
okay.
the requirements, yes.
Okay.
And she had to send in a lot more paperwork than we've ever requested before. So
Okay. Then I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
got a first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have a second tax suspension under Iowa Code 427.8. This one is a redo actually from the last meeting. We thought this one had a tax sale and it did not. It was a different property. So this one would also qualify. I don't see her address, but
Yeah, on Elmdale.
Elmdale. Okay. Yep, 309 Elmdale.
And this is the same thing. You took
Yes.
you took it. You feel it qualifies for the Iowa code,
Yes.
and we're still going to be working on.
We're still we're gonna clarify
Yes.
get our own policy in place.
Yes, correct. Okay, I'll make a motion to accept it.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yep. I know we've talked with Lori, and I know she's been with Lori too, so we're gonna get something set up. So
Thank you.
set a date for renewable energy ordinance work session. Do you have any dates in mind, Brian?
Would next Tuesday morning about this time work? It's October 28th.
Can we do like a 1 o'clock on that day?
Prefer morning. We could do the 27th or the 29th too.
I got nothing on the 29th
I'd be fine on the 29th.
at 10 o'clock.
10 would be fine. And yes, if this is available, if not, we'll have to determine where to go.
Resolution 57, 2025, abate property taxes for the city of Atumwa. They were all ran through the treasurer's office. There were some of them that they had to pay for because they didn't meet the code. These would all fall under the abatement code. So
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
58, 2025, second property for abatement.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
59, 2025, a third one for property taxes abatement.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Karosh is here, and they're gonna come up here and speak about HIPAA. Just tap that microphone there in front of you. The red light will come on. There you go. There you go.
Just go ahead and jump in. I'm going to let Steph Lathrop go ahead and do her presentation on the review for the year.
Okay, so first we'll talk about, I guess over the course of the presentation, we'll talk about your on-demand training, your audit and management program, attestation materials, and then we'll go into your renewal. When we get into the training, we have a new report that was launched beginning of September. It's an online report where anybody that has the link can go in and see there's 5 different dashboards in there, different types of reports. On this slide, we have the summary report from that new dashboard. The information that it shows here is that this is all as of October 15th is when I ran all your training numbers. It shows that there were 337 completed courses, 258 courses that were not started, and 1 that was in progress. We have a total of 149 current active trainees, and your completion rate is currently at 56.54%. Our goal is to always have that completion rate at 80%, so we're going to want to work on raising that completion rate. In the bottom right corner of this screen is a report where you can see the breakdown of course completion, course completion by course. So we list out all the current active courses. Then you can see how many of those courses are completed, not completed, and then the overall numbers that I already spoke about at the bottom. The privacy rule course that's listed there is not going to be available after October 31st. We're going to sunset that course because we'll be releasing a new one. We like to keep 4 active. And then just as a heads up, the security rule course is going to be sunset on December 30th, so that one wouldn't be available after December 30th. The next course for this quarter is going to be released in the next week or so either this week or beginning of next week. When we look at your overall completion rate quarterly comparison, we can see that your completion rate in October of 2022 was 57.2%. October of 23 was 73.7%, so we saw a big jump that year. November of 24 stayed consistent at 72.4%, and then, like I just mentioned, as of October 15th, we're down to 56.54%. When we look at the completion rates by departments, we have 8 departments that are over the 80%, so that's great for them. And then with the remainder of the departments, we, of course, like I mentioned, want to work with them to get them above the 80%. Any questions on training?
Nope, not for me.
Then we'll go into your audit. The audit process is broken into 3 sections. We have the security section, privacy section, and breach section. For each of the sections, you'll see that there's a protocol. Each protocol is broken down into residual risk, which is low for you guys because you have your policy manual in place. Then we have the audit protocol, which is either complete or incomplete. We have the overall risk score, which is low for completed items and medium for, or moderate for incomplete items. And then we have the date for review, which shows the target date for the next cycle. So when we will be reviewing those items again in the next audit cycle. So under the security section, we have all the protocols completed except for the technical safeguards and high-tech specifications. It's supposed to be done during this quarter, so we would be reaching out to IT to just view some computer system logs and some lists of logs that we need to see. Never been an issue in the past. They've always been able to provide those, so I don't see any issue this year with providing those either. When we go to the privacy section, we've completed all of those protocols, and those are rescheduled for the next cycle. And then when we get to the breach section, all of those protocols have been audited. The only one that's incomplete is your training, and that's because it's below the 80% that we want to see. Any questions on the audit? Okay. Next, we annually deliver the attestation materials. So at the back of your packet, there's a copy of the certificate of attestation that you can post. It says that we as a third party are attesting to your compliance with regulations. We provide a website seal and medallion. Those can be used on your website, or, for example, Public Health, if they have any brochures, can put the medallion on their brochures showing that you're compliant with HIPAA. We then provide the letter of compliance to the HIPAA regulations, which is basically the same as the first 3 things, but it goes into more detail about which regulation numbers we're attesting to. And then you were provided with a full audit report that shows the 3 sections that were on the slides, and then there's a small discussion at the bottom that basically mentions how we need to work on training and get that rate up. For your renewal date is November 15th. Your current service package is HIPAA Select, and we did have a price increase last year in July. You didn't see the price increase last year because you signed beforehand, before June 30th, so you locked your price in. And we are willing to offer that discount again this year, so it would keep your price at the $11,052. Just a reminder, you signed the indemnification agreement a couple years ago. That is still in force, so we do indemnify you for up to $100,000 in federal fines and penalties that could be assessed when a breach occurs. To keep the indemnification in force, there is a list called the compliance checklist, which was included in your packet as well, of items that have to be completed each year to keep that indemnification in force. With HIPAA Select, the only things that you guys are responsible for is keeping your training percent up above 80%, and then reporting any security incidents or breaches to us so we can make sure those are investigated properly. Under HIPAA Select, we do all the remainder of the compliance checklist. We do that for you, so you're not responsible for that. So that's all I had for the regular presentation. Do you have any questions on anything I went over?
I don't.
went
I
kinda
don't.
Quickly.
I don't either.
Fine.
So I'll jump in here. So our understanding is, and I saw on the agenda that you're looking at ISAC's HIPAA program as an alternative to what we've been offering you. So I believe, Steph, included in your package, a comparison between the program we have that most closely reflects what ISAC does, which is our HIPAA Express. So our knowledge of the ISAC program comes from the fact that a number of years ago, they're actually our client. They brought us on when they were working on the software for the behavioral health, and we're redoing their manual. And we have a number of clients who have recently switched from ISAC to us. So I believe that this comparison is up to date. So it doesn't cover all the things that you're required to do, but this is what ISAC does cover. So, and there is one typo on this, on the privacy risk assessment, ISAC doesn't cover that at all. On the and the reason for that is technically under the regulations, you're not required to do a privacy risk assessment. That came out of the law in 1996. But you are required to have the same kinds of controls in place. So industry standard is to conduct a privacy risk assessment. On the security risk assessment side, while we conduct that with you, ISAC will show you how to do an assessment, I believe using OCR's tool. Remediation plan, we developed that. I have not seen any from ISAC in terms of that. Policies and procedures, we work with you to customize them and review them. Under the ISAC program, you're going to get those templates, which, by the way, as they've made changes, were actually our policies and procedures that we developed with them when they were our client. Workforce training, we train on your individual county policies and procedures, and we can do a train the trainer because with the HIPAA Express, you get 10 training seats included in that. So those can be train the trainer seats, so they can, train on our system and then take that out to each of their employees. We'll also provide you with the training so you can, run it on a computer, get everybody together and go through the training. ISAC at their annual event does a train the trainer on generalized policies and procedures. On support, each of us offers 4 hours of support in the package. A business associate management, we will conduct that on your behalf. That's not something that the ISAC program covers. And on security incident assessment, we provide that as part of our service so that whenever you have an incident that needs to be evaluated to determine if it's a reportable breach or not, we work with you on that. And that's limited on the ISAC program up to 4 hours of support. So if you want to drop down to a lower level of service with us, that would be the HIPAA Express, and there's an error on this because it would be with the train the trainer. So our program would be $3,900, and that would include train the trainer. If you wanted to add our tracking all your trainees and prompting them and moving them forward, that would bump the price to $68.19. With that The difference between what you have now and, if you drop down, what you're going to get is really a matter of how much time are the county employees going to spend on the project, right? Under our HIPAA Select, we do uh, a hefty amount of the work. The county does about or 40% of the work, and we do 60% of the work. If you were to drop down to the HIPAA Express, it becomes a 90-10 kind of thing. So the county is expected to do 90% of the work, and we're doing 10% of the work. To have a fully functional compliance program in place takes between 200 and 220 hours a year. So the issue when you're thinking about price, and I know everybody's price sensitive, is, excuse me, we provide the work. We take the burden off your shoulders. We're experts at it. Alternatively, you can put it back on the county shoulders and figure out how to get through the process and pay employees, your chief privacy officer, your chief security officer. And now with the train the trainer training, spending time on getting this program to a point where it would pass regulatory scrutiny. Just as an aside, the latest research that was done, which shows that less than 10% of covered entities are actually compliant with their whole program. So we guarantee your compliance under our HIPAA Select. If you drop down, happy to help you with that, but you should understand that the chances of your being compliant, so having to address a breach is going to be problematical. I'd also point out, and it's before any of the current supervisors' tenure on the board, we've addressed 2 different breach scenarios over the years with the county. So those are things to think about. Again, I understand everybody's trying to cut costs, but the ramifications of not being compliant far outweigh the cost. The cost of our program, as Steph said, for this year would be
$11,052.
and the all-in costs you would have if you had one single breach in a year would be in excess of $330,000. Fines, penalties, and other related expenses that go along with a breach mitigation. So, any questions?
Nothing. Well, I know we're planning on tabling both those issues today, so we can research them both some more. So I appreciate the comparison here.
Okay, well, we appreciate your time, and I guess Steph will be in contact to see
Yeah, and our
what you
date's
decide.
November 15th on if we renew, correct?
Yeah, that's your renewal date, yeah.
Okay.
And I can email you some of these costs that we just went over, some of the options with the Express, with Train the Trainer and stuff. I'll email that to you so you have it in writing.
Okay.
Perfect.
That'd be
Thank you.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate your time, and we appreciate you as a client, and hopefully we can continue that road. So, thank you again.
Yep. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So I guess I already said I'll make the motion that we table that for now.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I don't think there's anybody here from ISAC, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we have an ISAC proposal for HIPAA for all the employees to meet HIPAA regulations. And I believe we're waiting on some more information on it also. So I'll make a motion to table that till we get the rest of the information.
I'll second.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Willeen looks like she's hopping up down her seat ready for health stop loss renewal.
This is the time that 11.1 is the stop loss, and we met at the last work session and reviewed the different options. The current renewal is an individual deductible at 150,000 per employee dependent that the county pays. It would not change the plan benefits on behalf of each individual member. They also provided renewal options at 175,000 and 200,000, and based on our discussion with where we were at on the 50% report and the 100% report, I believe at the work session it was sort of agreed that to maintain that $150,000 option. So I think you've all, I mean, we've reviewed everything. So, but we had to get this completed because of the GASB 75 report and also the upcoming opinion report that has to be filed with the state and the federal government.
All right.
So we need a motion to approve.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And I'll get
Thank
that
you.
signed for you after. Next up is public hearing budget amendment, fiscal year 2025-26.
I'll make the motion to open the public hearing.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So we got. Is there anybody who wants to talk about their budget amendments? Nope.
No. No.
I have nothing written from anybody and nobody's speaking, so. Do we have anything else on this?
No, the only question I had was on Miranda's, and I've talked to her.
All right, we got that all cleared up?
Yep.
Okay.
And is this correct that we will approve this at another meeting coming up?
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
And I guess I'd like to see a little more explanation on some of these items, especially the big dollar amount. So, and I'll email Kelly and ask that question. I think I know, but I want to hear directly from her.
I was looking for the total dollar adjustments, but
So the current amendment is going to be $2,481,397.
Yes, that's what I saw too.
Yes.
yeah, I'll bet that includes other legal obligations.
It does.
Yep.
That's a 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I get you. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so have a motion to close the hearing?
I'll make a motion to close it.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Report from Department of Agriculture for Josh Batterson, roadside manager. Brad, did you have anything you wanted to? I think he's just giving a yearly report on chemicals, what he sprayed.
Yeah.
All good?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, personnel payroll, request payroll approval, recorder's office.
I'm going to make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You don't get to speak.
Do you want to? No, I was just going to point out that
Next is payroll request for change of employment in the sheriff's department. Looks like a jailer switching jobs to the kitchen.
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
New hire approval for sheriff's department. Jail staff.
Jail. Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
A second position in the jail. Payroll approval for the sheriff's department.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any other business? Treasurer's investment report 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anything else for the board? Call for the end of the meeting. Who wants to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Oh, motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. And Brad, looks like we get started with you a little early.
Yes,
Okay. He seems pretty feral, so I'll see what I can do.
Don't let his calm personality mislead you either. So.
So, can somebody answer me with this?